Your mind is a fortress of hidden power, capable of transforming overwhelming chaos into unyielding calm and boundless positivity. Introduction: The path to lasting calm and positivity. The power of your mind. A journey begins. Your mind is the most powerful tool you own. It shapes your thoughts, influences your emotions, and determines how you experience the world. Yet, for many, this powerful instrument is often clouded by stress, negativity, and uncertainty. In today's fast-paced world, finding calm and maintaining a positive outlook can feel like an impossible task. But what if I told you that it is not about external circumstances? What if the key to inner peace and unwavering positivity has been within you all along? Welcome to this transformative journey. Over the next chapters, you will learn how to cultivate calmness, embrace positivity, and develop the mental resilience to navigate life's challenges. This audiobook is not just about temporary motivation, it is about lasting change. By the time you reach the end, you will have actionable tools that will help you build a foundation of inner strength and happiness, no matter what life throws your way. Why most people struggle with calm and positivity. Before we dive into the strategies, let us take a moment to understand why so many people struggle with negativity, stress, and emotional turbulence. The modern world bombards us with constant stimuli, notifications, deadlines, social expectations, financial pressures. Our minds are rarely at rest. The overthinking trap. Many individuals fall into the habit of overanalyzing everything. They dwell on past mistakes, worry about the future, and constantly second-guess their choices. This endless loop of overthinking creates anxiety and steals the joy of the present moment. The emotional roller coaster. Our emotions are powerful, but without control, they can dictate our actions and responses in ways that drain our energy. Anger, frustration, sadness, and fear. When unchecked, these emotions create mental chaos and disrupt inner peace. The influence of negativity. Whether it comes from the news, social media, or the people around us, negativity is everywhere. When exposed to it repeatedly, our minds adopt negative thinking patterns without us even realizing it. Lack of mental training. Just like physical fitness requires regular exercise, mental resilience and positivity require conscious effort. Most people have never been taught how to train their minds, leaving them vulnerable to stress and negativity. If any of this sounds familiar, do not worry. You are not alone. But here is the good news. You have the power to change. No matter how overwhelmed you feel right now, there is a path forward. This audiobook will show you how. The science of calm and positivity. Maintaining a calm and positive mindset is not just about thinking happy thoughts. It is a scientifically proven process that rewires your brain for resilience and peace. Let us explore the psychology behind it. Neuroplasticity and thought patterns. Your brain is constantly forming and strengthening neural pathways. If you repeatedly engage in negative thinking, your brain builds strong connections that make negative thoughts automatic. However, the reverse is also true. By consistently practicing positive thinking, mindfulness, and stress management techniques, you can reshape your brain to default to calmness and optimism. The role of cortisol and stress triggers the release of cortisol, the hormone responsible for the fight or flight response. While this reaction is useful in dangerous situations, chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, leading to anxiety, fatigue, and difficulty focusing. Learning how to regulate your stress response will allow you to regain control over your emotions. The power of gratitude and dopamine. Studies show that practicing gratitude increases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. By shifting your focus to appreciation and abundance, you can train your brain to experience more joy and contentment in everyday life. Understanding these concepts is the first step. Now, let us talk about why this journey is worth taking. What is at stake? The cost of not taking control. Imagine waking up each morning feeling restless, overwhelmed, and uncertain about the day ahead. Imagine going through life constantly reacting to stress, struggling with self-doubt, and feeling like you are never truly at peace. Now, picture an alternative reality. You wake up feeling centered and confident. You navigate challenges with clarity and resilience. You find joy in small moments, and setbacks no longer derail your emotional well-being. The difference between these two realities is not luck, it is mindset. The way you think and respond to life's events determines the quality of your experiences. Without taking control of your thoughts and emotions, you risk missed opportunities. Negativity and self-doubt hold you back from pursuing your dreams. When fear controls your mind, you hesitate to take action. Damaged relationships. Stress and emotional reactivity can strain relationships, leading to misunderstandings and conflicts. Chronic anxiety and burnout. Without emotional resilience, stress accumulates and eventually manifests as exhaustion, anxiety, and even physical illness. But here is the empowering truth. You can break free from these patterns. You can train your mind to respond to life's challenges with calm and positivity. And this audiobook will show you how. The 3 pillars of a calm and positive life. To truly transform your mindset, you need a structured approach. In this audiobook, we will explore 3 essential pillars. Pillar 1, mastering your mindset, how to shift from negative to positive thinking. The power of affirmations and self-talk, overcoming self-doubt and fear. Pillar 2, cultivating emotional resilience, managing stress and anxiety effectively. The role of mindfulness and meditation, how to stay calm in difficult situations. Pillar 3, building lasting habits for positivity daily. Practices that rewire your brain. The importance of gratitude and perspective shifts, how to develop a routine that sustains inner peace. Each chapter will take you deeper into these pillars, providing you with real-world techniques that you can apply immediately. What you will gain from this audiobook by the end of this journey, you will have the tools to shift your perspective and see life with a more positive outlook, manage stress and anxiety in a way that keeps you calm under pressure, develop daily habits that reinforce lasting inner peace, build emotional resilience that allows you to handle setbacks with confidence, break free from negative thought patterns, and cultivate joy in everyday life. This is not just another self-help guide. This is a roadmap to real, lasting transformation. The journey begins. Now you are here for a reason. Something inside you knows that you are capable of more. You are capable of living a life that is not controlled by stress, negativity, or emotional turbulence. You are capable of cultivating a mindset that allows you to experience deep, lasting peace. But knowledge alone is not enough. Action is what creates change. The techniques and strategies in this audiobook have the power to transform your life, but only if you commit to applying them. As we begin this journey together, I encourage you to approach this experience with an open mind and a willingness to practice what you learn. Small steps lead to big results. Now take a deep breath. Exhale slowly. You are about to step into a new way of thinking, a new way of living, and a new way of experiencing life. Your transformation starts now. Let us begin, setting the stage. Why calm and positivity seem out of reach. The modern epidemic of stress and negativity. Take a moment to reflect on the last time you felt completely at peace. When was the last time you truly felt a deep sense of calm, where your mind was not racing, your emotions were not overwhelming, and your heart was not weighed down by stress? For many people, moments of genuine peace are rare. The modern world is fast, demanding, and often chaotic. Stress has become a constant companion, and negativity, whether from the media, social interactions, or personal struggles, can feel inescapable. We live in a time where information is at our fingertips, yet we are more anxious than ever. Social media connects us with millions of people, yet many feel lonelier than ever. Opportunities for growth and success are abundant, yet self-doubt and fear hold us back. Why is it so difficult to maintain a sense of calm? Why do we default to stress and negativity, even when we know it is harming us? To understand this, we must first examine the hidden forces that shape our thoughts and emotions. The root causes of stress and negativity. If you have ever struggled to stay calm in difficult situations, or found yourself trapped in negative thinking, it is not your fault. Your brain has been wired for survival, not happiness. Throughout human history, survival depended on our ability to detect threats. Our ancestors faced real dangers: predators, harsh environments, scarcity of food. Their ability to anticipate problems and react quickly kept them alive. But here is the problem. Our brains are still wired the same way. Even though we no longer face the same life or death threats, our minds perceive stress in the modern world as if we do. When you receive a critical email from your boss, your brain reacts as if a lion is chasing you. When you face financial uncertainty, your nervous system enters survival mode, just as if you were stranded in the wilderness. When you experience rejection, your mind treats it like a threat to your existence. This survival mechanism is what makes stress feel overwhelming and negativity so persistent. Let us break down the main causes behind why we struggle to stay calm and positive. Cause 1. The overactive stress response. Your brain has a built-in alarm system called the amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for processing fear and triggering stress responses. Whenever you perceive a threat, the amygdala signals your body to release cortisol and adrenaline, stress hormones that prepare you for a fight-or-flight response. This response was useful when escaping predators, but in today's world, it is triggered by daily stressors, work deadlines, financial worries, social interactions, and self-doubt. Over time, this constant activation of your stress response leads to chronic anxiety, emotional exhaustion, and an inability to stay calm. The more your brain reinforces stress, the harder it becomes to experience calmness. It becomes a habit, one that, if left unchecked, can shape your entire life. Cause number 2. The negativity bias. The human brain has something called the negativity bias, a tendency to focus more on negative experiences than positive ones. Psychologists have found that negative events leave a stronger impression on the brain than positive ones. Think about it. If 10 people give you a compliment and one person criticizes you, what do you remember? Most people fixate on the criticism, replaying it over and over in their minds. This is negativity bias in action. Negativity bias is the reason we dwell on mistakes and failures longer than we celebrate successes. We anticipate worst-case scenarios, even when things are going well. We find it difficult to let go of past hurts and disappointments. Unless we actively train ourselves to focus on the positive, our minds will default to negativity. Cause number 3. The influence of external noise. Every day, we are bombarded with negativity from external sources. The news constantly reports disasters, crime, and global problems. Social media fuels comparison, making us feel like we are not good enough. Workplace stress, family expectations, and financial pressures add to the mental burden. It is no surprise that many people feel overwhelmed. When your mind is constantly exposed to negative information, it begins to internalize it. Without realizing it, you start seeing the world through a lens of worry, fear, and doubt. Cause number 4. Emotional conditioning and childhood patterns. Many of our emotional responses are shaped in childhood. If you grew up in an environment where stress, criticism, or negativity were common, your brain learned to expect and react to stress in a similar way. For example, if you were often told to prepare for the worst, you might struggle with excessive worry. If you faced high expectations and pressure, you may struggle with perfectionism and fear of failure. If you lacked emotional support, you may have difficulty trusting others or feeling secure in relationships. These early patterns shape how we respond to stress as adults. The good news? You can rewire your emotional responses and break free from these patterns. The cost of an untrained mind. If we do not take control of our minds, they will control us. When stress and negativity dictate our emotions, the consequences affect every aspect of life. The impact on mental health. Chronic stress leads to anxiety, depression, and burnout. A restless mind prevents deep thinking, clarity, and emotional balance. The impact on relationships, uncontrolled emotions, cause unnecessary conflict, misunderstandings, and a lack of patience with loved ones. A stressed mind struggles to build deep connections. The impact on work and success. A negative mindset limits creativity, decision-making, and productivity. Fear of failure prevents us from taking bold actions. The impact on physical health. Stress is linked to high blood pressure, weakened immune function, and digestive issues. Constant worry takes a toll on the body. The more we let stress and negativity dominate our lives, the more we sacrifice our well-being, happiness, and potential. The turning point. The power of awareness. The first step toward transformation is awareness. By understanding how your mind works and recognizing the sources of stress and negativity, you take back control. Right now, you have a choice. You can continue letting external circumstances dictate your inner peace, or you can choose to train your mind to respond differently. Here is the truth. Calmness is not about eliminating stress. It is about learning how to navigate it. Positivity is not about ignoring challenges. It is about developing a mindset that allows you to grow through them. This audiobook will provide you with the tools to make that shift. You will learn how to quiet the overactive stress response, how to rewire your brain for positivity and resilience, how to break free from negative thinking patterns, how to build a daily routine that cultivates calm and inner peace. The journey to calmness and positivity is not about waiting for life to change. It is about changing how you experience life, unlocking the mind's power to stay calm and positive, the power of a single moment. There was once a man named James who, from the outside, had everything: success, wealth, and recognition. Yet inside, he was a prisoner of his own mind. Every morning, James woke up to a racing heart. The stress of work, the pressure to succeed, and the fear of failure consumed him. He was constantly anxious, overthinking every decision, and letting negativity dictate his life. Then one day, everything changed. It was a seemingly ordinary day when James walked into his office, overwhelmed by deadlines and responsibilities. But as he sat down at his desk, he saw something unusual: an old letter from his grandfather tucked between his papers. His grandfather, a man who had survived war, financial hardship, and countless struggles, had once written, "You will never control everything in life, but you can control one thing: how you respond. Peace is not the absence of chaos. It is the ability to remain calm within it." James stopped. He had spent years letting stress control him. But in that moment, he realized he had a choice. This was his turning point, and what followed was a journey of reprogramming his mind to stay calm, positive, and resilient. Just like James, many of us are caught in a cycle of stress and negativity. But by understanding how the mind works, we can break free. The hidden battle in your brain. Your mind is like a battlefield. Two forces are constantly fighting for control. The survival brain, the fearful mind. This part of your brain, controlled by the amygdala, is always scanning for threats. It amplifies stress, worry, and negativity. It is why we overthink, why we react emotionally, and why we struggle to let go of fear. The logical brain, the higher mind. This part of your brain, controlled by the prefrontal cortex, is where logic, wisdom, and emotional balance reside. It allows you to pause, reflect, and respond instead of reacting impulsively. Most people let the survival brain take control, which leads to chronic stress and negativity. But those who train their higher mind master inner peace, the key? Rewiring your brain through intentional habits. Let me share with you a powerful story that illustrates this transformation. The monk's lesson. Rewiring the mind for peace. A student once approached a wise monk and said, "Master, I want to learn how to stay calm and happy, no matter what happens. But I always get angry, frustrated, and overwhelmed. What should I do?" The monk smiled and handed the student a cup filled to the brim with water. "Take this cup and walk around the temple 3 times. But there is one rule. You cannot spill a single drop." The student carefully walked, focusing intensely on keeping the water steady. After 3 laps, he returned to the monk. "Master, I did it. I did not spill a drop. The monk nodded. Tell me, while you were walking, did you notice the noise, the people talking, the birds, the distractions? The student shook his head. No, I was too focused on keeping the water steady. The monk smiled. That is the secret to inner peace. When your focus is strong, distractions lose their power. Most people allow external stressors to dictate their emotions. But when you train your mind to focus on what truly matters, chaos cannot shake you. This is the art of mastering calmness. Psychological insight. The reticular activating system, RAS. What the monk taught the student is backed by science. Your brain has a reticular activating system, RAS, a network of neurons that filters information based on what you focus on. If you focus on stress, your brain will find more reasons to feel anxious. If you focus on gratitude, your brain will highlight positivity. This is why your thoughts shape your reality. The more you train your brain to focus on peace, the more calmness becomes your natural state. The science of why we struggle with negativity. Let me tell you about a fascinating experiment conducted by neuroscientist Dr. Richard Davidson. He studied Buddhist monks, individuals who had trained their minds for decades in meditation. Using brain scans, he found that these monks had an exceptionally strong prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation and happiness. But here is what is even more interesting. They were not born this way. They had trained their minds through practice. Dr. Davidson's research proves that happiness, calmness, and positivity are skills that anyone can develop. How? By strengthening the right neural pathways. Every time you choose to breathe instead of react, you strengthen your ability to stay calm. Choose gratitude instead of complaints, you rewire your mind for positivity. Choose to focus on solutions instead of problems, you build resilience. The secret is consistency. Small daily actions create lasting change. Now, let us explore a real-world example of someone who overcame overwhelming negativity and built a resilient mind. 5. The story of Viktor Frankl. Finding peace in the darkest moments. One of the most powerful examples of mastering the mind is the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and the author of Man's Search for Meaning. During World War II, Frankl was imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps where he lost his family, faced starvation, and endured extreme suffering. Yet despite the horror around him, he made a profound realization. Everything can be taken from a man except one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Frankl understood that he could not control his external reality, but he could control his inner world. Instead of giving in to despair, he focused on finding meaning in his suffering, helping others, even in small ways, holding on to hope, even in the darkest moments. His resilience allowed him to survive, and his teachings have inspired millions. Psychological principle. Cognitive reframing. Frankl's ability to remain positive in extreme adversity is an example of cognitive reframing. The CWAMT practice of changing your perspective on a situation to empower yourself. Instead of seeing failure as an end, see it as feedback. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, see them as growth opportunities. Instead of labeling stress as negative, see it as a signal for action. By shifting how you perceive challenges, you take back control of your emotional state. 6. The unexpected secret to long-term positivity. Most people believe that positivity comes from achieving goals, financial success, or external rewards. But research shows otherwise. Harvard psychologist Dr. Sean Achor found that happiness precedes success, not the other way around. In his studies, individuals who practiced gratitude, mindfulness, and positive thinking became more successful in all areas of life. Why? Because your brain performs better when you are in a positive state. Your intelligence, creativity, and energy levels increase. Your resilience to stress improves. Your ability to handle challenges strengthens. This means that staying calm and positive is not just a mindset, it is a performance strategy. Your next step, the commitment to change. Now that you understand the power of your mind, the next step is action. Ask yourself, what is one stressful situation in your life that you can reframe? Today, how can you train your mind to focus on peace instead of chaos? What daily habits will you implement to strengthen your resilience? Remember, you have the power to change your thoughts, your emotions, and ultimately, your life. Your journey to unshakable calmness and lasting positivity begins now. Let us move forward. A blueprint for lasting calmness and positivity. Now that we have explored how the mind works, the science behind stress and negativity, and the power of shifting your perspective, it is time to take action. Knowing something is not enough. It is what you do with that knowledge that matters. This section will provide you with clear, actionable steps to train your mind, rewire your thinking, and create a life filled with calmness and positivity. Each strategy is designed to be simple to implement. You can start today. Scientifically backed, proven to rewire your brain. Effective. If practiced consistently, they will transform your mindset. Let us begin. Master your mindset, the foundation of calmness. Strategy. Number 1. The morning mind. Reset, how you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Most people wake up and immediately check their phones, exposing themselves to news, notifications, and stress before they have even had a chance to think. This is a mistake. Instead, practice the morning mind reset. How to do it. Before getting out of bed, take 3 deep breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. This calms your nervous system. Think of one thing you are grateful for. Gratitude shifts your brain to a positive state. Set a clear intention for the day. Example: today I will stay calm no matter what happens. By doing this for just 1 minute each morning, you train your brain to start the day with clarity and control instead of stress. Strategy number 2. The pause before you react. Rule: most stress and negativity come from reacting instead of responding. When someone says something rude, when things do not go as planned, or when life throws unexpected challenges your way, your first instinct is often emotional reaction, frustration, anger, or stress. But this simple rule can change everything. How to do it. Whenever you feel triggered, pause for 3 seconds before reacting. In those 3 seconds, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is my reaction helping or harming me? 3. Then, choose a calm and rational response. This technique gives you control over your emotions instead of letting external situations control you. By practicing this daily, you rewire your brain to respond with calmness instead of impulsiveness. 2. Build powerful habits. The key to long-term positivity strategy. 3. The 2-minute rule for positive habits. Most people fail to build new habits because they try to do too much at once. But success comes from small, consistent actions. The 2-minute rule helps you create positive habits without feeling overwhelmed. How to do it. Choose one habit you want to build. Example: meditation, journaling, exercising, or reading. Commit to doing it for just 2 minutes each day. This removes resistance and makes starting easy. Over time, naturally increase the time. 2 minutes of meditation turns into 5, then 10. 2 minutes of journaling turns into deep reflection. By keeping it small and simple, you make it impossible to fail, which builds momentum and long-term change. Strategy number 4, the 3-to-1 positivity ratio. Your brain has a negativity bias. It naturally focuses more on what is wrong than on what is right. To rewire this, use the 3-to-1 positivity ratio. How to do it. For every negative thought or complaint, counter it with 3 positive things. Examples: if you think, I am not making progress, say, I have already improved from where I started. I am learning something new every day. I will keep going and eventually succeed. This shifts your brain's focus from problems to solutions, training it to be naturally positive. Master stress management. Tools to stay calm in any situation. Strategy. 5. The name it to tame it. Method: when you feel stressed or anxious, your amygdala, the brain's fear center, takes over, making you react emotionally. But research shows that naming your emotions reduces their intensity. How to do it. When you feel stressed, pause and name the emotion out loud. Example: I feel anxious right now. 2. Then follow up with, but this feeling is temporary and I am in control. This simple act moves your brain from reaction mode to logic mode, making stress easier to manage. Strategy number 6. The 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. If you ever feel overwhelmed, this quick technique instantly calms your nervous system. How to do it. Look around and name things you can see, things you can touch, things you can hear, things you can smell, thing you can taste. This brings your focus back to the present moment, stopping stress in its tracks. Strengthen your resilience. Train your mind to handle challenges. Strategy. 7. The obstacle. Opportunity. Mindset shift. What if you could train your mind to see problems as opportunities? Successful people do not avoid challenges. They reframe them as stepping stones. How to do it. Whenever you face a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How will this make me stronger? Example: instead of thinking, this setback is terrible, shift to, this setback is teaching me patience and resilience. By doing this, you transform adversity into growth, making you mentally stronger. Maintain long-term positivity. Daily rituals for happiness. Strategy. 8. The one good thing. Nightly reflection. Your brain remembers the last thing you think about before bed. Use this to your advantage. How to do it. Before sleeping, reflect on one good thing that happened today. Write it down or say it out loud. Example: I had a great conversation today. I took care of my health. I made progress even if it was small. This programs your brain to focus on the positive, improving sleep and long-term happiness. Final thoughts. Your next step to lasting calmness and positivity. Now that you have these powerful strategies, it is time to take action. Start with just one strategy today. Be consistent. Small daily efforts lead to big transformation. Remember, your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. You hold the power to create a calm and positive life. The question is, will you take the first step today? Let's move forward. Redefining calmness and positivity. Most advice on staying calm and positive sounds the same. Think happy thoughts. Be grateful for what you have. Ignore negativity. While these ideas are well-intended, they often fail to create real, lasting change. Why? Because true calmness and positivity do not come from forcing yourself to feel good. They come from understanding, embracing, and mastering your mind in unexpected ways. In this section, we will uncover surprising truths that will challenge conventional wisdom and redefine how you approach calmness and positivity. Let's dive in. The myth of positive thinking. Why it can sometimes make you feel worse. We have all heard the advice. Just think positive. But here's the truth. Forcing yourself to be positive can sometimes backfire. Why? Because when you try to suppress negative thoughts, they actually become stronger. Psychologists call this the white bear effect. When you try not to think of something, your brain becomes obsessed with it. Example: do not think of a pink elephant. What happened? You instantly thought of one. The same thing happens when you tell yourself, I must not feel stressed. I have to be positive all the time. Instead of eliminating negativity, this pressure makes it stronger. The solution: Acceptance over suppression. Instead of fighting negative emotions, acknowledge them. How to do it. When a negative thought arises, do not resist it. Instead, observe it. Example: I feel anxious right now and that's okay. 2. Name the emotion without judgment. This is just my brain trying to protect me. Shift focus from eliminating negative thoughts to understanding them. Paradoxically, accepting your negative emotions makes them lose their power, allowing you to naturally move toward positivity. The power of doing nothing. Why slowing down creates more peace in today's world? We are taught that productivity equals success. The more you do, the better. Always stay busy. Hustle, grind, achieve. But here's an unexpected truth. Doing nothing can actually make you calmer and more productive. The science behind slowing down. When your brain is constantly occupied, it enters a state of overstimulation, making it harder to process emotions, make decisions, and feel peace. But when you slow down and embrace stillness, something powerful happens. Your mind declutters, reducing stress. Your subconscious solves problems effortlessly. Your creativity increases. This is why some of your best ideas come when you are taking a shower, walking alone, staring out the window. These moments of doing nothing allow your brain to reset. The solution: the 10-minute stillness practice each day. Take 10 minutes to do absolutely nothing. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just sit in silence and observe your thoughts. At first, your mind will resist, but over time, this practice rewires your brain for calmness and clarity. Motivation is overrated. Why systems and routines matter more most. People believe motivation is the key to success. If I just stay motivated, I can accomplish anything. But motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel excited and ready to take action. Other days you feel lazy, tired, and uninspired. This is why relying on motivation alone leads to failure. The solution: build systems, not just motivation. What separates highly successful people from everyone else? They do not rely on motivation. They rely on systems and routines. How to do it. Attach new habits to existing routines. Example: after I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 2 minutes. Remove decision-making from the equation. Example: instead of asking, should I exercise today? Make it a rule. I always exercise on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Make success automatic by structuring your environment. Example: want to read more? Leave books in places you can see them. When you create structured systems, you eliminate the need for motivation, leading to consistency and long-term success. Why seeking happiness can make you unhappy? Most people chase happiness as their ultimate goal. Once I have X, then I'll be happy. If I could just get rid of my stress, I'd be happy. But studies show that chasing happiness directly can actually make you feel more miserable. Why? Because it creates a happiness trap. The happiness trap. Explained. When you tell yourself, I must be happy, your brain becomes hyper-aware of when you are not happy. Creates pressure to feel good all the time. Leads to frustration when life is not perfect. This is why some of the happiest people do not chase happiness at all. Instead, they focus on meaning, engaging in activities that give them purpose, growth, challenging themselves to improve, contribution, helping others and making a difference. The solution: pursue meaning, not just happiness. Instead of asking, what will make me happy? Ask, what will make my life meaningful? How can I grow and contribute today? Happiness then becomes a byproduct of a life well lived. Why challenges are not your enemy. They are your greatest teachers. Most people believe, if I eliminate all problems, I'll be at peace. Life should be easy, but here's a surprising truth. Challenges are what make life meaningful. Why struggles make you stronger? Think about any great story, movies, books, real life. Success stories. Would a movie be interesting if the hero faced zero obstacles? Would a book be inspiring if everything was easy from the start? The answer is no. Growth comes from overcoming difficulty. This means hard times are not interruptions. They are part of the journey. Your struggles are shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Instead of resenting challenges, embrace them as training. The solution: reframe struggles as growth opportunities. Next time you face a setback, ask, how is this helping me grow? What is this teaching me? How can I use this challenge to my advantage? This shift in mindset will turn obstacles into stepping stones. Final thoughts: the power of a new perspective. If you take away one lesson from this section, let it be this: calmness and positivity are not about avoiding negativity. They are about mastering your mind. The most powerful shifts come from unexpected insights, not surface-level tricks. Your ability to thrive depends on how you see, approach, and engage with life's challenges. Now the question is, will you apply these new perspectives starting today? Let's move forward. Your transformation begins now. Your journey to lasting calmness and positivity. You have now reached the end of this audiobook, but in reality, this is just the beginning of your transformation. Throughout this journey, we have explored the myths surrounding calmness and positivity, the power of reframing your thoughts, practical strategies to cultivate inner peace, unique insights that challenge conventional wisdom. But knowing these principles is not enough. The real question is, will you take action? The difference between those who transform their lives and those who stay stuck is not intelligence, luck, or external circumstances. It is commitment to action. So in this final section, we will summarize the key lessons, provide a step-by-step roadmap for applying what you've learned, issue a challenge that will help you solidify these lessons in your daily life. Let's begin. The core: truth, calmness, and positivity are skills, not traits. Many people believe that some individuals are just naturally calm and positive while others are not. I am just an anxious person. Positivity does not come naturally to me. Other people have it easier than I do. But here is what we have discovered. Calmness is not a personality trait. It is a skill you can train. Positivity is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate. Just like learning to play an instrument, speak a new language, or build strength in the gym, mastering your mind takes practice. The question is not, can I become calmer and more positive? The real question is, am I willing to practice and apply what I have learned? And that is where we turn next. The 5 most powerful lessons from this audiobook. Before we move into the action steps, let's review the 5 most important lessons we have covered. Lesson 1. You do not have to eliminate negative thoughts. You must change your relationship with them. Most people try to suppress negative thoughts, but this only makes them stronger. Instead of resisting negative emotions, observe and accept them. Once you stop fighting them, they lose their power over you. Lesson 2. True calmness comes from slowing down, not doing more. The modern world convinces us that success comes from hustling nonstop. But we discovered pausing, embracing stillness, and allowing your brain to rest actually increases peace and clarity. This is why the 10-minute stillness practice can be life-changing. Lesson 3. Motivation is overrated. Systems and routines create lasting change. Waiting for motivation is a losing game. The key to success is creating habits and systems that make positive behavior automatic. This means structuring your environment, attaching new habits to existing ones, and eliminating decision fatigue. Lesson 4. Chasing happiness can make you miserable. Pursue meaning. Instead, people who obsess over happiness often feel less happy. Instead of asking, "How can I be happy?" ask, "What gives my life meaning?" Happiness then becomes a natural byproduct of growth, contribution, and purpose. Lesson 5. Struggles are not your enemy. They are your greatest teachers. Hard times do not block your path. They are the path. Instead of resisting difficulties, embrace them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Now that we have reviewed these principles, it is time to turn knowledge into action. Your action plan. A step-by-step roadmap to lasting change to help you implement these lessons. Here is a simple 5-step roadmap. You do not have to do everything at once. Start small and build momentum. Step 1. The 7-Day Mindset Challenge. For the next 7 days, take one lesson per day and apply it to your life. Here's the daily breakdown. Day 1. Observe and accept negative thoughts instead of fighting them. Day 2. Spend 10 minutes in stillness with no distractions. Day 3. Identify one habit you want to build and attach it to an existing routine. Day 4. Shift your focus from happiness to meaning. Write down one meaningful goal. Day 5. Reframe a challenge you are facing as an opportunity for growth. Day 6. Remove one small stressor from your life, e.g., digital clutter, negative social media. Day 7. Reflect on your progress and commit to long-term change. At the end of 7 days, you will already start to feel a shift. Step 2. Daily mental training, 5 minutes a day. Just as you exercise your body to stay fit, you must exercise your mind to stay calm and positive. Spend 5 minutes a day on one of these practices. Gratitude. Reflection. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Positive affirmations. Say out loud 3 empowering beliefs about yourself. Deep breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. These micro habits will rewire your brain over time. Step 3. The 30-day commitment to systems, not motivation. For the next 30 days, focus on systems and routines instead of willpower. Choose one positive habit to build. Attach it to an existing routine. Track it daily for 30 days. By the end of the month, it will feel effortless. Step 4. Identify your meaningful purpose. Take 10 minutes to write down what brings you the most fulfillment. What problems do you want to solve? How can you grow and contribute more? Once you have this clarity, align your actions with purpose instead of just chasing happiness. Step 5. Reframe every challenge as a growth opportunity. For the next month, whenever you face a difficulty, ask, how can I grow from this? What lesson is this teaching me? How can I use this challenge to my advantage? This single shift in mindset can change your life. Your final challenge. Take the first step. Today, at this point, you have 2 choices. Close this audiobook and go back to your old habits. Take action and begin your transformation today. To commit to action, I challenge you to do one simple thing right now. Write down one habit you will implement today. Commit to practicing it for the next 7 days. Start immediately, before your mind convinces you to delay. Remember, the smallest action is more powerful than the greatest intention. Final words. You have the power to change your life. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are not defined by your fears. You are not limited by your circumstances. You have the power to shape your thoughts. You have the ability to create peace and positivity. You have the potential to design a life of meaning and fulfillment. The question is, will you take the first step? The choice is yours. Now go and create the life you deserve. Your journey begins now.